Spent over $500 on groceries so that I could fill my brand new freezer with Dump and Go ready to cook meals before I go back to work as a full-time law student. I'm starting off with my first meal, which is a pot roast, so I chopped up my potatoes and my onions and threw this in a Ziploc bag with my roast, and then I topped it off with a bag of baby carrots. When I'm ready to cook this, I'll throw it in the crock pot with some water or some broth and season it and let it cook all day while I'm at work. Next up, we are doing a beef stew on barley. Again, I added some baby carrots, some chopped up onion, and then my barley, and once again, I will season this once it's in the crock pot and then cover with water or broth to simmer all day long. Next, I'm making several pans of the Magnolia Table white chicken enchiladas. I absolutely love these. I'm not a fan of red enchilada sauce, so this is definitely my go-to. And leftover from cooking the chicken, I had some chicken broth, so I decided to freeze this. It's always nice to have on hand for soups and various other recipes. Lastly, I'm making a kielbasa stew, so I started by chopping up my kielbasa and some potatoes and onions. Then I added 1 can of green beans, 1 can of corn, and 1 can of tomato paste. When I'm ready to cook this, I will season it and cover it with water, but it also requires cabbage, which doesn't take as long to cook and you don't want to overcook it, so I'm freezing my cabbage separately. I'm just chopping it up into portions and then vacuum sealing it, so that way when I go to cook this meal, I can throw this in at the end. Not even close to filling the freezer, so stay tuned for part 2.